it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. This is the first video in my I'm Not Agented series that I'm doing on my channel. If you missed the big news, I will link it up and down below, but yes, I have an agent now. And before I upload the videos about like all of the nitty-gritty stuff, the query that got me the agent, the stats, the call, all of that, I just kind of wanted to do like a little bit of a chatty update with you guys because I took a little hiatus that turned into quite a large hiatus. I'm also going to talk about all my projects. I have 3 current books that are somewhere in the works at some point. And I thought I would update you guys on where those are at and what's happening. So a lot's happened, obviously. My last video was right around NaNoWriMo time where I was really focusing on self-care, which was a great idea for me. And I ended up getting the first act of Tobe, my second spooky middle grade, done during that time. It was a really great feeling to be healthy enough to get back into drafting. And then over the next 2 months, I spent way too much time on Animal Crossing. And then for my birthday, my husband, who is the best, rented out an entire fairy garden, like make your own fairy garden store. And it was so fun and so cute. I loved every minute of it. Best birthday ever. My neighbors got a puppy named Indy, who is the light of my life. We had our first snow. We had Christmas, which was amazing. And I made lots of sweets. I got a ton of books for Christmas and I got even more crystals. I bought a happy planner for the first time and I'm kind of obsessed with it. I've been having so much fun putting it together. I read over 100 books for the first time ever, which was so cool. I hit all of my 2020 reading goals and none of my 2020 writing goals. And then to kick it all off, I got COVID. Yeah, and an agent at the same time. That was rough. You will see more of that when I upload my query journey video because I was literally vlogging while I was ill, but that was not fun. Not fun at all. A little scary. I did not end up going to the hospital, even though a couple times I felt like I needed to. There's kind of this situation where like I have anxiety and like COVID is a respiratory infection, so your lungs are like inflamed and hot, and I'd be like, oh no, that's a symptom, I need to go to the hospital, and that would like trigger a panic attack. And then like a symptom of a panic attack is like not being able to breathe, and I'm like, oh no, now I can't breathe. So like it was just like this really bad cycle that like anxiety, man. not super fun. But everything turned out okay for us. Me and my husband are both fully recovered. We have all of our taste back, all of our smell back. And my lungs feel healthy. And then yeah, as I've mentioned a million times, I got an agent, which was quite incredible. So now I want to like segue into like where all my projects kind of are right now. I think we should start with the Glass Witch, since that's kind of like the main project in my life right now, since that is the one that I signed with my agent on. And right now, my agent is currently rereading it and making my edit letter that she's actually supposed to send me early next week. So by the time this goes live, I might have that edit letter. And the real exciting news is that she thinks it's pretty well, like it's pretty clean. And we're just doing like a quick little polish. And she's hoping, are you ready for this? She's hoping that we can go on sub at the end of February or early March. Like what? It just blows my mind so much because in the beginning of January, I was literally sending out my last round of queries for the Glass Witch. I had like 56 rejections at this point and I was getting ready to be done. That was like 6 weeks ago. And now I might be going on sub in a couple weeks. Like it's just wild how things change so fast. And like honestly, if you guys are querying, hang in there. Like really, hang in there. Don't give up. I really feel like that's what made the difference in my life. That's what makes the difference in people that make it and people that don't, is they just like keep going. So like, you got it guys, keep going. And then with my current middle grade project, which I'm calling Tobe, or that's short for The Odd Book. It is my other spooky middle grade that I am like, I'm not really like talking too much what it's about, but it's obviously spooky because like I don't write anything else. It's a ghost story. It has like a lot of Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion vibes, and the main character, I love her so much. She's so awful. She's like a disabled female Draco Malfoy who's hunting a ghost. She's a terrible person and I love her so much. But I'm currently drafting that novel. I'm almost halfway through the draft, I think, and I'm hoping to get it done by the end of March. I'm really excited about it. It's a hot mess, but it's so fun. I'm loving it so much. It's like so dark and kooky and just like fun. Like, I'm hoping other people find it funny. I don't know if people will or not, but I find it funny and I'm just having a great time writing it. And then lastly, we have When the Sea Came for Us, which is my YA dark fantasy that's been shelved for a little bit. She's the one that I started this channel with. I got into author mentor match with her. She's the light of my life. But she has been shelved for a while. Now in my call, my agent did ask like what other projects I had in the work, and I did mention her because while she is shelved, I don't feel like she's dead. She's just like, you know, hibernating a little bit right now. I know I got a lot of new subscribers, so I'll kind of catch you up to speed on that book. That was a project that I queried and I got a lot of full request rejections saying that number one, the book was good but not marketable because it like had mermaids and mermaids weren't in at the time. Nor do I think they're in right now. I don't know. Paranormal is coming back, so I don't know what's happening. Mermaids can be taken in and out. They're kind of interchangeable, but like the main concern I had was that I had 2 full request rejections by agents saying that the book felt like adult and not YA, and they gave me some feedback to help turn it into YA. Like I needed to condense, I needed to take some of the world building out because like in YA you just don't have the word count allowance for like a whole civilization. So I pulled that book from the query trenches and I devised a whole revision of it that was gonna be like a rewrite of the first act and then, you know, trickle down changes throughout the rest of the book. And I started doing those last summer, and then I got an R&R for The Glass Witch, and I had to put it aside obviously because that took precedent. I never ended up going back to it last year just because I really wanted to write Tobe and get that done. And I wanted something just in case The Glass Witch were able to sell. I wanted something complementary to it. I wanted another book in the same age category and in the same genre. So I just decided to put When the Sea Came for Us aside for now and work on Tobe. However, after talking with my agent, she asked about all of my other projects I'm working on, and she seemed really intrigued, and she did say, you know, like sometimes you just need a fresh pair of eyes, like I'd love to look it over one day, blah blah blah. So like that was really exciting. It's broken right now, so no one's gonna be reading it, but one day I hope to do those revisions and then maybe she can look at it and like see what's going on with it. It is a great book, I think. It's like the book of my heart. And one of the things that I love about Samantha is she's such a champion for like own voices and marginalized creators, especially disability, because there is so much lacking like around disability rep, especially in fantasy. It's quite bad. And the premise of my book is that there's this girl who lives on an island, she is disabled, and all of the able-bodied girls are starting to disappear. And so she's got to figure out why and what or who is taking them. It's a really fun book. It's really like near and dear to my heart. I might have to take out the mermaids. I don't know. I love the mermaids, but no one else does. So that's where all my projects are at. For the rest of the year, my goal is to, obviously when I get my edits back for The Glass Witch, I will start doing those. I would love to vlog that experience. That might be fun. And I will do those, and then I will take you along with me as we go on sub. I don't really think there's gonna be much that I can share about sub until after it's over, just because like that's kind of the way it works, I guess. I'm hoping to finish Tobe in March, and I would like to tinker around with maybe another book, another idea. I've got like another cute middle grade idea that I'm really excited to kind of play with, and it's actually like a second world middle grade, which I've never written before. I always write like contemporary fantasy middle grades, but this one is more like high fantasy, and I'm like, ooh, that might be fun. And then I also have an idea I've talked about multiple times. It's like my Crimson Peak Gemma Doyle Victorian schoolgirl stuck in a haunted mansion and someone wants revenge. Is it a ghost or is it a real person? Like, I really want to write that because that is like, oof, that story wants to come out so bad. And for right now, I'm calling that one The Crimson Girls, which is like very flashy to me. But I don't know, we'll see where everything leads us. I kind of feel like I would like to have a very stable career in middle grade before I branch out into other age categories. So that's everything that's been going on in the past, what I plan to do in the future, currently what I'm working on. Let me know down in the comments what you guys are working on, how your books are going, if you've read anything good lately. Next up, we will be getting into the nitty-gritty of my querying process. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!